Hi. Today we're just reviewing some things that we know about measuring using the metric system. We're still measuring capacity or volume, and it's how much a container holds. And here are all of the units of measure that we are using today. So there are liters, and if I go to the left, they get larger. So we have decaliters, which are 10 liters, hectoliters, which are 100 liters, and kiloliters, which are 1,000 liters. And if we move to the right, we have deciliters, which is 1/10. That means 10 equal part 1 of the 10 equal parts of a liter. And a centiliter is 1/100th. And that means if I took a liter and I split it into 100 equal parts, one of those parts is a centiliter. And then a milliliter is 1/1000th. That means 1,000 equal parts, one of the 1,000 equal parts. And again, we said that cubic centimeter is the same as a milliliter because it's how much water could fill in a container that is a cubic centimeter. That's 1 centimeter long, 1 centimeter high, and 1 centimeter deep. And the same for cubic meters. 1 meter wide, 1 meter long, and 1 meter deep. So that's the depth from front to back, how far in it goes. Okay, so we talked about how we can convert or change liters into milliliters or kiloliters into liters. So for instance, if we wanted to know how many, if we had 3 liters and we wanted to know how many milliliters that was, just in case we wanted to compare, we would use this conversion chart to help us. It tells us that we have 3 liters. It says that right here, 3 liters. So because we know that, we can go to the liters column and we can put 3 in for 3 liters. Because we want to know milliliters, we can fill in the chart with zeros until we get to the milliliters column. That's why the metric system is a little bit easier than our system of measuring. So if I fill in zeros until I get to the milliliters column, you'll see that I have the number 3,000. That is 3,000 milliliters. So 3 liters is the same as 3,000 milliliters. So if I was comparing and I wanted to say, oh, which, what'll fit here? Is it 2 liters or is it 200 milliliters? Even though there are more milliliters, you can make both equal. For instance, they give you the liters. So because they give you the liters, you could go to the liter column and write a 2. And you're going to fill it in until you get there. 2 liters is actually like 2,000 milliliters. And then you can compare that 2,000 milliliters compared to 200 milliliters. And so you can put a greater than symbol in there. And so that's kind of what we're working with today. On the bottom, I have some pictures of some things. And so I want you to think that a milliliter is about 20 drops of water. A milliliter would probably fit into one of those little base 10 blocks that we have, a unit. It would fit in there. So that's a little bit of water. Whereas a liter is about a bottle of water or a little bit less. So you could fit a lot more water into that. So I want you to think about that when we talked about it here. This is 2 pints, and we see that a liter is right here. So liter is a little bit less than 2 pints of water. And so this means that this is 1,000 liters. So this is really just about, it's 1,000 liters, or 1 liter, sorry, which is really 1,000 milliliters. So this is also on this cup, 1,000 milliliters. So it's a little bit more. So I look at this juice box here, and if I want to decide, is it 2 liters or 200 milliliters would fit into this juice box? I can make it equal, just like I did up here. I already did the problem kind of for you. 2 liters is really 2,000 milliliters, and it's much more than 200. Do you think that I could fit 2,000 milliliters into this little drink box? If you said no, you're probably right. So therefore, I have to think that this juice box would hold about 200 milliliters. And by the way, a cup, a regular cup, you know, like cups, gallons, pints, a cup holds 250 milliliters. So this is about right. This juice box holding about 200 milliliters. Here's a can of paint. Do you think this can of paint would hold 50 milliliters or 5 liters? When I think about 5 liters would be about 5 bottles of water, and how big a can of paint is, I would have to go with the 5 liters. And then I have a gallon of milk. But when we think about it in the metric system, we have to think about how much we have. Now, you have to use what you know to figure out and make estimates. Would this gallon of milk fit 400 milliliters of liquid or 4 liters? That will be one of your questions on Edmodo. Hope you have a good evening.